Hello, my name is Daniel Dreyfus. I'd like to give you some tips on the Lazy Man's Guide to Fitness. That's a guide which I've written, and I want to give you as much free information as I can in a short video so you can understand the basic principles involved, put them in practice to whatever extent you'd wish. It all started when I noticed gaining weight. You know, my belt size kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I thought, this has got to have a stopping point. And the other thing, I tried to exercise, I could feel the pulse pounding in my temples, and I thought, this is not healthy, ka-dunk, ka-dunk, ka-dunk. Like, I could just feel that my heart was working extra overtime. So, the way I see it, fitness program has to have, there's a ton of fitness programs. This is the Lazy Man's Guide to Fitness, the absolute minimum you need to do so you know how to get the results most quickly to the level that you're willing to do. And some of it is just as simple as it can be. One, get your weight under control. You got to have a way to do that, because eating less, I think that sucks. You can't have what you want. You're always hungry. There's got to be a better way. So there is a better way. Two, exercise. I like to have some muscles, be able to pick up a weight without, killing myself. Be able to do a few push-ups, just because I think I ought to be able to do push-ups. Be able to do some of these for shoulders and some squats. It may sound like a lot of work, but I'm talking, a couple of times a week, a few minutes. Weight, fit, and flexibility. That's what makes people old. They get stiff and tight and rigid at any age. You ought to be able to touch your toes. This is my idea of the Lazy Man's Guide to Fitness. Some kind of weight control where it doesn't just balloon out, where I can walk without waddling. My stomach can actually be flat instead of flabby hanging out. Excuse me, I'm just trying to speak honestly with you how I felt about it. The weight control. The strength, I'd like to have some strength so I can go out and work around the yard or pick things up or trim a tree or, run or, do reasonable stuff with my body, and it's not just a weak, limp piece of unusable stuff. And flexibility. I've always felt it's important to have, to be able to stretch so you don't have that back problems and your legs are cramping and all that kind of, flexibility. So, I wrote it all out in the guide. You may not believe me, but I'll just lay it on you right up front and probably lose half my audience. Simplest way for weight control is you have to control your intake. Your body uses about 3,000 calories a day, round figures. And when you exercise, you go exercise real hard, you burn off 500. And then you go eat. So that's never going to happen. If you want to see, weight loss, then you have to be taking in fewer. And the only way to do that is just drink water for a day. It ain't no big deal. And I'll explain how you do it. It's mostly a mind game, that you think. Now, I've written the precautions. If you're under medical care and you're taking lots of medications, maybe you have to do some special procedures. But for, an average person, it's just a natural thing not to be stuffing food in your body every day. And the incredible thing is, like after an hour or two, mostly get bored. It's dinner time. What do I do? So I explain all that. And it ain't hard. It's simple. And after a while you go, well, I'm not hungry. You're going to want to rest some more. That's why I call it lazy, but I just think it's super fantastic. You wake up the next day, you weigh 5 pounds less. You float water. You get hungry, get thirsty, you drink. A couple of quarts of water. And it like an internal shower, it just cleans you out. So there's your weight loss, and you want to read through that to see how it works. But there are other books on the market that will teach you, and just, be reasonable. Start easy if you want. But you will definitely see quick results there. No quicker way. And it's healthy. It's natural. It's healthy. you know, it'll clear your mind, improve your ability to think clearly. Even your spiritual side of life can be improved. So there are many benefits to it. Exercise. I just get a pair of dumbbells. I don't know why they call them dumb. Maybe they are stupid. They're just a hunk of metal. And you get what's comfortable, you know? And then do just the most basic stuff. Once again, I write all this out in my guide, but you know, flex your back one way and the other way, like on your hands and knees, so you know, your back's not so stiff. Oh well, let's go flexibility before exercise, because that's the way you want to do it. Simplest way is try and touch your toes, but most people, maybe you could just reach, you know, just a wee bit, and that's as far as you can bend. Well, that's fine, don't push it. It's the lazy way to do things. Darn it, forgot to turn off the chime, so it's whatever time it is. We'll continue. Grandfather clock. You reach what you can reach, and then you just, you know, what you really want to do is have somebody else do your exercise for you, or the closest thing. Play something interesting to listen to, an audiobook, you know, something that engages your thought. So it's not riveted on, oh, this is uncomfortable, because if you don't push, you breathe a little bit, it's not uncomfortable. And I'm talking, you know, 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, and you just relax into this position to where, I don't think the camera will show it, but to where you can put your palms flat on the floor. And you just do a little bit of that every day. I mean, I'm lazy, but I'm not completely inept. I want to be able to touch my toes. I want to be able to sit on the floor and be able to push and arch back. So I want to have a stiff back, and I want to have like tightness in my body. So that's the basic, simple weight control, flexibility. Exercise, it don't take much. You don't have to go to a gym or sign a membership. Once again, let somebody else do the exercise for you. Get your mind engaged with an audiobook or something uplifting where you're listening, where you'd be listening to it anyway. Meanwhile, you just, for one thing, I think guys anyway ought to have biceps. You know, you ought to have some musculature there where your arm's not all flabby. And you do that just by curls, you know. Once again, it's not hard. You just, you know, I like, for me, what do I weigh? It varies, you know, it goes up and down, but at least it goes down and not just up and up. I use 25 pounds on each side, so you can, you know, I'm happy I can lift these things, and you can lift them this way, and you can lift them this way, and you can do squats, and that's it, right? That's it. You get biceps, you get triceps, you got your shoulders, and you got your legs. That's it. And you can start with something smaller. And you got your push-ups, and you got your stretch one way, stretch the other way. Also nice to twist a little bit. And that's it. You might want to read a little bit more about giving your digestive system a rest. You know, people are under the misimpression, but you have more energy when you eat less. Now, there's a cleansing that takes. Oh, that's the secret. I'm giving away all my best secrets for free right now. It's just the kind of guy I am. I guess that's not a good sales and marketing practice, but it's the truth. I found when I was like 40, 50 pounds overweight and wanted to lose it. I mean, I'm not perfect. If I was not a lazy guy to fitness, if I was like active, aggressive, devote your life to it to fitness, well then, at least my stomach's, you know, under control. It's a little flabby, but it's not bad. The secret to this all, making it work, is that the weight control. You don't think of it as lose. Everybody says, oh, lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. I tried that. I don't want to lose weight. I mean, it's like part of me, it feels like. I realize I'm not the body, and yet it feels like you're losing something, you know? I mean, yeah, I know you want to weigh less, but the idea of loss, I mean, I think that's the wrong idea. It doesn't work for me. Maybe it works for you, it doesn't work for me. I do stuff that works. cleansing, internal cleansing and purification. You know, like changing the oil and filter in your car. You know, it like cleanses the blood. If you think of it that way, purification, cleansing, which the body will do that automatically. I mean, that's why it's the lazy way. You just lay around and drink water. Sit around and drink water. Go do your normal stuff. You just skip the donut or whatever. You know, it takes a little practice, but you just don't miss it. I mean, I do it every week for a day and usually don't tell anybody. Just sit there with a couple of quarts of water instead of a sandwich or a burger or whatever you're going to have. And it's going to flush out the crap in your body, like the dirty oil that comes out in an oil change. You never change the oil in the car, pretty soon all the moving parts start to wear and corrode and seize up eventually, sludge up. Your body gets like that. The fat, all the stuff you're not supposed to have is flushed out by drinking water, through your breath, through your lungs, through your skin. It'll all, you know, you're not going to be that pure at first. You know, your tongue gets coated and that kind of garbage. But if you understand what you're doing and that some of that dark stuff is being released, because it's just like a chemical reaction. Well, I'm not going to make this a long, drawn-out thing because I don't think I could cover it all in a video. But that's the key. That's the secret. You recognize that you are cleansing your body. You're just cleaning it out a little bit. Trust me, the body can go 30 to 40 days without food. So one day is not going to kill you. You just, actually, sometimes you're going to feel fantastic. Other times you're going to feel a little bit heavy. You know, all those impurities are passing through your... It's kind of funny because you're going to remember things you've eaten. You taste them a little bit again. It's more of a memory than anything else, as those fat cells are... The body will use its own intelligence to know where. It'll take the weakest cells and work on those first. And it's a cleansing and a purification that you will just be entirely better for. So that's it. If you want to read the rest of the guide, it's as cheap as I can make it, next to free, and this was completely free. So there you go. You're on your own, and you're off to a good start. And thanks for watching. There should be a URL underneath where you can click on that and go find it if you wish. Have a great day.